So I wanted to talk about motivation just a little bit because I think one of the things that I realized over a course of time is that I had to wait until I was ready to lose weight. Now, I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a coach of any sort or doctor at all. So let me just put that out there. I just want to share things that worked for me, hoping that it will encourage somebody else. And if they have questions, they can ask me. I'm willing to share, and then we can help each other to continue along this journey. Because for me, it is a journey. It's not over. And like I said, I still have 40 to 50 pounds to lose. But what was my motivation? What's your motivation? So let me tell you what I experienced that kind of changed my life. I remember one day, I was married for about 20 years, and then my husband decided that, he no longer wanted to be in the marriage, which was okay. It wasn't okay, but I'm going to say that for camera purposes, okay? And so I didn't realize how much weight I had gained. I didn't realize how far down this road to bad health I had stumbled upon. I had become a diabetic. I was on high blood pressure medicine. I was on cholesterol medicine, and I just felt bad all the time. And so I'm a single parent of 5 young people at that point. We were living on our own, and I remember feeling just horrible. And so what I did that night, I was actually feeling so bad I thought I was going to die. I really thought that if I go to sleep, I'm not waking up tomorrow. And I was scared to death to even lay down flat on the bed. So I slept that night, propped up on the pillow. And I made that commitment to myself that if I woke up the next day, I was going to get on the scale and see how much weight I had gained, because at that point in my life, I never weighed myself. I just refused to get on the scale. Even when I went to the doctor. Did you guys know that when you go to the doctor, you can refuse to be weighed? Did you know that? And it will cause a stink with the doctor. But I was that one. I was that one, I ain't gonna lie. So I got on the scale the next morning and I almost cried because I hadn't realized how much weight I had actually gained. And then to know that I had done that to myself. So often as moms, as a wife, we are worried about other people's health. I was worried about my 5 kids and making sure that they were okay. I was worried about my husband at the time. I was even worried about my parents because they were getting older. And so I found myself focusing on so many different things that I didn't focus on myself. And my weight just doubled, ballooned into something that made me unrecognizable. And I'll share with you more photos as we go along in our conversation so you see exactly what I'm talking about. So that morning, when I weighed myself and after I picked myself up off the floor, because I'm shocked at this point, right? I went with my daughter to the gym, because the funny, ironic thing is that my kids actually like to work out. So my oldest daughter had a gym membership. I went with her to the gym membership, and I got on the treadmill, and I'm going to tell you how bad it was when I first started, but I didn't let it stop me. I got on the treadmill at 1 mile per hour, 0 incline, and I could only last for 5 minutes. And I was sweating like I had done an 80-minute routine at the gym. And I was boulder. I was sweating everywhere. You name it, I was sweating there, right? And I was so embarrassed because I felt like I'm the biggest person at the gym and I can't even walk for 5 minutes on the treadmill. And then it sunk me into a little bit of a depression. I felt like everybody was looking at me, number one, which they weren't. And even if they were, who cares? And so I felt like I didn't want to go back. I was upset that I had done that to myself because I had no one at that point to really blame but to start looking inward. And then I started to decide at that point to do something about it. I didn't want to live not only for my kids and my parents and my friends and people that I love. I wanted to live for me. And in order to do that, I had to make some serious changes. And so we're going to talk about that in the next video. But I want to know, what is your motivation? What do you need to get motivated? And for those who are on this journey with me, when did it all click for you, right? Because if you're like me, if you name the diet, I've been on it, and I'll tell you what I'm doing as we continue. But if you can name it, I've probably tried it. And I would get so excited because I would lose, 20, 30 pounds. But then I gained back 40, 50. I remember one month I gained 30 pounds once I got off a diet, and I was just so absolutely disgusted with life, so absolutely disgusted with myself. I'm trying to figure out when and why this happened. So tell me, what is your motivation? What gets you focused to stay on this journey? Because this journey, a friend of mine once said that losing weight was the hardest thing that he'd ever done. And you know what? It wasn't until I tried it that I see that it is hard. It is the hardest journey that I've ever taken. And when you get thrown with, roadblocks along the way, when you plateau, when that scale doesn't move for a month or more, you sit there and you wonder, what are you doing wrong? What have you done that will contribute to no movement in the scale? And it can negatively impact you and make you want to stop this journey. So this is a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint. So when you get to those plateaus, I want to hear from you, because you could help somebody else in the community, what you do to help you stay focused and motivated. So 2024, we're going to do this. We're going to make it pop, make that body looking good and hot. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.